Hey guys, I am back. Sorry about that. So I think I figured out what happened. Well, I don't know what happened actually, but I figured out how to fix it, I think. Click on play capture, and then I went to scale filtering. Or no, I went to transform, and I went to fit to screen. Maybe I should do stretch to screen. It's about the same, but whatever. I don't know, I must have hit some kind of button or something that did that. Yeah, it seems to be the same. So then, oh, it's weird though. I'm not. What the heck is going on? I've never seen my OBS do this. It's like now you see my desktop. Hit my webcam. Gone. So, oh, there we go. That's better. I should put like Geo's painting back here or something. Anyway, so let me look at some comments. Infinati says we like the shitty version better, but thank you. Says he's having synesthesia. I'm not sure what that is. Spacey Blur says amazing. I should start using that. Yes, Spacey Blur, you should. And I should show you something while you're here, assuming you're still here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these. I'm going to paste them. And I'm going to drag the decode up here. So instead of encoding first, decoding second. So basically the encode pushes it up by like 80 dB into this crazy thing that I think he calls compansion. And it makes anything that you stick in there act differently. A lot of EQs will act like a beefed up monster of what it used to be. And a lot of things will act completely unpredictably, which I love, but you gotta be careful. I recommend adding your output by like 12 or 18 dB or putting a limiter on there or something. In fact, Sergio suggested that I put a limiter on. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna use the low CPU one to lower the ceiling. I don't really want to like limit very much. I just want to control it from hitting a way too loud signal. So hopefully that doesn't push my CPU too much. Let's see what happens. Let's see here. What happens when this. Yeah, we're still good. We're still good. I'm at like 80% CPU. So what's going to actually happen is I'm going to render a bunch of crazy things like this one. This is just one rendering. and I'm gonna put a whole bunch of channels, and then I'm gonna use Airwindows Purest Channel and PurestConsole bus encode and decode to sum them up onto probably some aux channels, and then I'll probably have some return aux channels that sums those up into a group of 4 with probably a different one of his. He has a bunch of different channel and console. They're not emulations, but they give you what an analog console would do, how they sum things up and they make EQ and compression sound better, more like flavorful or alive or something. And each one of his series of those have different characteristics. So that's what I'm planning on doing. What I wanted to do was not use so many of these other plugins. I wanted to... Oh, I don't think I've shown Spacey this part yet. So this is just Dither. Turn tube desk off. So basically what I did was I turned it down by the 16 bits. That's 96 dB. So 100. I turned it down by 192 dB, and then into uLaw encode, and then inside of that I turned it down another 54 dB plus 90 dB. I don't know why I did those two separate. And then into Dither 16-bit truncation, which is like the worst sounding one. And I'm gonna do a bunch of difference, so I'll just play this for you. And then basically I turned it back up 7 bits, which is 42 dB, and then I did the decode, and then I turned it up. So the idea is to turn the track down so much that when it hits the dither, you just get kind of this texture of, you don't hear the track, but you hear some kind of texture from the dither noise and the track, causing it to do strange textures. And I wanted to make drum kits out of that by using like an expander and a gate and a transient designer. But it turns out I will do that for some of the ones that are kind of just like, because I want to make this, there's this little tiny textures of like, I want to get the to be like a transient and then very silent, so it'd be like, and that would be like speedcore. But so check this one out. That one's cool. And I'm also going to do this without the uLaw. The goal is to make a track with a whole bunch of layers of dither, and then sum it up the console systems. This I don't hear anything going on with that.
And I can say whatever else I want because I'm standing out in front of Silverback, meeting two independent recording artists who have decided to record my voice for their latest track. So we're going to go ahead and drop a beat on that shit right now. And I can say whatever else I want. And I can say whatever else I want.
Okay, this is weird. What's going on here? Oh my gosh, I had that soloed the whole time. That was retarded. Oh, Spacey is headed to Bunkhouse. He's gonna try and stream the show at Bunkhouse tonight. Infinati said, "See ya in the streams." I'm not sure if Spacey tuned out already. Oh, so this Patfnutty, what it does is adds harmonics. And really specific about you can add whatever ones you want, so I'm not sure what it means when it's negative. Like, is that taking away the harmonic? I'm not really sure. But I wanted to try to cause some aliasing on purpose also, and I think I might combine that project with the Dither noise project. I want to purposely, what aliasing is like, imagine here's your frequency spectrum from lows to highs, and when you add harmonics, like you'll see them, like here's like your original bass, and like if you add the first harmonic, be like right here. If you add them up, like it's hard to do because it's reverse. They're like that. If they go high enough, basically, or wait, yeah, if they go high enough, they bounce off of 22 kilohertz. If the audio is in 48K, and it bounces off, and like as the harmonics go higher, they kind of drop down, but it'll bounce off, and then it'll like like drop down as the revert, it like comes back, and it causes a very bad sound. And so I wanted to do something with that, purposely aliasing like on ridiculous levels, and I think this plugin might be able to do it. Let's add spiral. I think Spacey tuned out. I'm gonna turn this down a bit for you guys, just so you can hear my mic a little better. There's some definite aliasing going on there. Whoa!
But I can say whatever else I want because I'm starting out on a simplified, meeting two independent recording artists who have decided to record my voice for their latest track. So we're going to go ahead and knock the beat on that shit right now. But I can say whatever else I want.
This one doesn't alias as much, but I just want to see what happens. Why that desk is on there. On a desk. Desk click here. Yeah. Oh. That's crazy. Turns off, comes in, and then goes away again. It's almost like the signal just dies when the aliasing goes away. It's like the aliasing comes in and it's causing it to fart. I don't understand. Oh, it has something to do with this desk, I think. Check it out. Yep, it was all about the desk. Because you can slam very loud into desk. Here it is. Like sending it from the left to the right. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to tell Chris J about this left-right thing and ask him what he thinks might be going on there. It's definitely happening with the spiral algorithm. Let's see what happens when we add phase nudge. So it's desk after something really loud. And I don't even think there needs to be another spiral. So Unbox has a spiral 2 algorithm, but it's tamed in a way that reduces aliasing. Actually, I don't want to do that. So this is all with that dither stuff not happening. What did I want to do? I wanted to use, oh yes, halt. Oh wait, this is... Gotta go inside uLaw. Here we go, this should cause some aliasing. Whoa! Oh, I think maybe aliasing actually makes the signal go away, almost like it's phase inverting it or something. Or polarity inverting to a certain extent. Oh, Spacey's still here. He's packing his computer now, heading to bunkhouse. I'm not sure if Infinati is still here. Spacey's hosting me on Twitch right now. I'm honored. Oh yeah, this has power sag. Which actually reminds me, power sag. So this mimics a power adapter that isn't pumping out enough juice. And then if you combine that with DC voltage, a warning, your speakers could blow up any moment now. I do have it padded and limited, but if anything, it might hurt my ears really bad. I think what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to barely put up the DC voltage. Wow, I'm not immediately dead, although I don't have subwoofers. Oh my god. Chris J is gonna kill me. these raw glitters and raw timbers, they're extremely subtle. I found that inside of uLaw they seem to be maybe a little bit more noticeable, but it's basically, it works on like one sample at a time. It will look at one sample and it will either move it up one sample or down one sample depending on what it's, but basically raw glitters. And he also has Dither Me timbers and Dither Me glitters, or he has Dither Me timbers. The raw glitters basically will add some sparkle to the hi-hats while lowering the noise floor a little bit. So it'll make your hi-hats a little bit more sharp and bright and possibly a bit harsh, but it adds a little bit of sparkle. And raw timbers does the opposite. It adds, so what raw glitters does is it adds like it scales up one look at one sample, it'll scale it up on the loud part, and it'll scale down the noise floor by one sample or one bit. I don't remember the word that I'm looking for. But, and timbers does the opposite. It may add some shine to the noise floor while taming the peaks. So if your hi-hats are too sharp, but you want to add some like color to the noise floor, and timbers works. And outside of uLaw, he suggested that raw glitters before raw timbers nice, and I started adding more of them. And then when I put them inside of uLaw, and like A-being it on and off, you can barely hear the difference. You gotta have nice, well-rested ears to hear it. So I'm not going to do more of that in this, but I use those in mastering. It's so subtle. Let's see, what did we want to do? We want to do that dither thing. I don't see DitherBox. Oh, here it is. Let's see what happens. This is more what I'm thinking. Like, I want this. I'm going to render this one. And then I'll make drum sounds from this, but you can still hear the snare too much. If I want to get the snare, then see what happens when I do this dither stuff before all this other craziness. Alright, this is where Chris J is going to be, if he ever watches one of these. This is where he would be like, oh my gosh, the muzzle. Oh no. I told you that I wouldn't recommend doing that, but so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn on every dither. Every Airwindows dither. All these other ones can suck it. And I'm going to encode and decode. So this is going to be outside of that other uLaw system. Now what's going to happen? I'm guessing something bad. Whoa! There's a signal there. Check it out. See that signal? I can't hear it, but it's there. Yes, there is a, that is dither noise. Oh my gosh, but how is it inaudible? Like canceling out the silence. That is just strange. Oh wait. Oh wait, there was no signal. How do I... Okay, uLaw, you have failed me. Which is the one that Airwindows Chris J. So it's boxing go span. I've used this plus one. Hopefully this doesn't kill my. And I believe he had it set to where. Oh yeah, way down there. What? must be all subsonic because I'm not hearing it in my headphones. No, but it was higher frequencies too. So that is just strange. Oh, I got this bit shift gain slamming it into them. Weird. Then if I turn it down with bit shift gain, it like kills it completely. So this is probably one that I'll render right here. But it needs something. Hope I'm not killing your guys' subs. Just doesn't make sense. At some point, there's just too many plugins. And I haven't even gotten into parallel processing with this stuff yet. This by itself definitely does not sound good. But I'm thinking, you know, like adding this with a bunch of other stuff and summing them up with PurestConsole and PurestChannel and using like processing this with uLaw and some other stuff. Not sure what, but definitely bad. I could just make like 64 different layers of like this level of bad and then sum them all up and then run that through some different, like more basic uLaw setups. But okay, so let's turn off one dither at a time. Well, this is I don't know this node dither yet. Oh. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and give the other companies a chance, or give the companies a chance. I had loaded up a bunch more. These are the ones within Reaper. They look like they're probably pretty good. Oh, it's just got, okay. Go ahead and put a glue compressor on all that. No, that doesn't help. Or does it? Just ridiculous. Oh, I just realized I am slamming the hell out of the CPU. I don't know why that wasn't causing lag. 6% CPU on that one channel, which usually anything over 20 makes it do bad things. So, need to tone it back a bit. It's very interesting looking for the Non-Airwindows plugin that is causing so much CPU usage. Actually, it's just a whole bunch of them that are doing like 1% CPU usage. Interested in this node dither. Thanks, Chris J. I mean, listen to that. Is that not the worst thing you've ever heard in your life? Is it not the worst thing that I can find even worse? That's crazy. It just like gets to a certain point and it's like no more. But anywhere like closer to it, it's like the same. It's like so tarnished at that point that adding spiral does nothing. Pretty cray. Oh wait, I forgot. The encode and decode are off. Well, either way, I'm definitely going to render this. That's like the best bad that I've heard in a long time. To say that about like maybe 15 other settings that I found today. So now what happens then? Get ready. Yeah, I'm rendering that one too. Oh wait. Oops. Okay, so what I would like to do now is get back to the original goal. Was not to use a bunch of other plugins. It looks like I already did start to do that. So these two are on. Whoa! Wow! I almost wish that I was like recording while changing it. Probably what I'll do. Wow. I would have never thought that would be a sound that would be possible from this. I swear to God, Chris J from Airwindows basically brought the muzzle back to life. Really, because I was like, I've already done everything I can do. Like, somebody else is always going to do something that I've done, or whatever I'm going to do. Somebody's already done it. Then he comes out with uLaw. Oh, snap. So this is what I'm going to do. Neutral. Undo. So thank you, Chris J, for reinventing the muzzle. What I want to do is set this to record. I'm new to Reaper, so what I want to do is record input, right? Record input audio or MIDI. Oh, so I just armed the record button. But it's recording my voice too. That's not what I want it to do. I want to send that. Why would it be recording my microphone? It does this. Okay. All right, fingers crossed. Not sure exactly why it's such a low input there. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because I can use bit shift gain, but oh, I see somebody tuned in on Twitch, and he suggested he said, what if you sidechained a gate? And yes, that was like my initial thought, was to use bunch of dithers with uLaw and without uLaw, and then to use expansion and gate and transient shaper in order to try to make drum sounds, or at least sharp peak samples to make drum kits with, or to make step sequences of chops of dither noise. What else did he say? And what did you dither for that sound? Well, what I did for this one, I used DitherBox from Airwindows, and I put it on the worst one, truncate 16-bit. And before that, I dragged it down by 78 dB minus 13 bits. That's minus 78 dB, so that it's really quiet hitting into the dither. And then I brought it back up by 10. And it's going to act differently if this uLaw encode and uLaw decode are off. So I'll show you that. So here it is with it on, and then with uLaw off. Well, I'll wait a couple seconds. Tom Shad 1, are you still viewing? Oh, I apologize, the effects were off. I was like, why is it doing nothing? Whoa! Crazy. The naturalized dither was causing that, and it's not even in a uLaw. See what happens when I do this. Where's the decode? Huh. Oh, so to answer your questions, what did I dither for that sound? Oh, you're asking like what is the material that I dithered? I thought you were like, what dither am I using? So this is the track without any effects. Actually, it does have these effects right here, which isn't much. I turn them off. So I just made it louder. Put it through this from tape. Could be a little bit more drive. It soften the highs a little. The weight is the bass. And then I ran that into bass kit. This is all Airwindows stuff, by the way. I'm not sure if the thumping was feedback. Might have been from that bass kick. I'm not sure if you're still viewing, Tom Shad, but yeah, I might have just answered all your questions after you left. It says one person's viewing. I'm guessing that's either you or my other friend. So bass kit does a little bit of this. Bring up the sub, get the bass. And then this, I can drive it into it. And then this voicing affects the pitch of mostly the bass signal, but also a little bit of sub. So this makes the bass frequencies fundamentally a little higher. And it sounds a little more sharp when it's higher, and then this is lower.
Pineapples are legit. And I can say whatever else I want because I'm standing out in front of Sizzle by, meeting two independent recording artists who have decided to record my voice for their latest track.
Yeah, looks like Tom Shad left before I answered his questions, so that's too bad. Wish I could send him a private message or something.
I can say whatever else I want. And I can say whatever else.
So yeah, and this track is by an artist named Infinati, and I have to give a shout out to his imaginary girlfriend. So wonder if there's a way to private message somebody on Twitch. I wonder if I've got any questions on YouTube. Let me check that. I should have probably put in the title or description that I would occasionally look at comments. So, and then I used Waves Max Bass as well, just because I'm on headphones, and it is flipping. Don't want that. It's clipping a lot. I'm about to look for comments on the YouTube. I don't see any messages on the YouTube. I'm not sure if that's because I just now tuned in or not. But wow, it's freaking beautiful. I'm not sure why, but I'm trying to get this channel so that it can record the music, the music, the music. Oh my god, that's obnoxious. Okay, trying to get it to where this channel will record the music, and I'm kind of new to Reaper, so not able to figure that out right now. Looks like Tom Shad exited. He might have had an idea. So what I want to do, hit receive from the master. Seems kind of whack. From 4, and I'll have to put my limiter on 4. This is actually really neat because there is audio right now. Pretty low, but pretty sure that's just dither noise. Oh. Oh wait, not that one. Listen. So let me see here. Try to see if there was any people that had comments on YouTube. I might have had to have been viewing the entire time. No, it looks like there is no chat. Oh, but there, it looks like there's a huge delay. So, like playing audio from like several minutes ago. That's okay, I guess. But Anyway, so I want to record it while I'm changing. I know how to do this in Ableton, but so this one had the limiter, right? Yes. Turn that on. And let's see if this helps my case here. So maybe I'll just record it at this low volume. Screw it. Wait, shouldn't I have been already recording? I have it armed. Oh, I have to hit. There we go. Okay, that looks like a mono track, and it looks like it has no signal. Do I need to split it up into two channels and record left and right, or? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, it's recording stereo. Channels on sending. What? Hmm. Yeah, it's recording silence, damn it. I'm gonna have to look at some Reaper tutorials because I am Reaper illiterate. Really unfortunate. When I turned up the track 4 send volume, it didn't do anything. Seems like it should work as that's sending to the master. And it's sending to track 6. I tried this as 1 and 2. Seem to do the same thing. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take a break. It looks like I don't have any viewers right now. And I think maybe I'll watch some tutorials and see if I can figure out how to route my dang Reaper. Doing that sort of thing in Ableton is just so easy, and I'm sure there's a way to do it in Reaper. Absolutely positive. But anyway, so until next time, which should be later tonight, possibly, probably. I am the Muzzle. I am David Bixley, the Muzzle from the Muzzle Mastering, and this has been an experiment with Airwindows plugins, namely uLaw, and also various Airwindows dithers, and non-dithers, dithering types of things, such as not just another dither. And had quite a bit of fun. So I plan on rendering audio for every time I saved the project. What I would like to do is change the settings and have it record the whole time. It just keeps looping so that I can record it changing all the time. And I will figure that out probably before the next time I stream, maybe within an hour or two. I need a little break. So thank you very much, Chris J from Airwindows. By the way,